Good morning, Kings. Today we're in verse 47 of Psalm 119. For I delight in your commandments, which I love. This verse shows us the heartbeat behind the psalmist's willingness to keep God's commandments. He enjoys them and loves them. In verse 44 through 46, the psalmist has declared he will keep God's laws continuously. He will walk in freedom because he seeks God's precepts. And he will speak about God's testimonies, even before kings, without shame. But here in this verse, he declares his motive: love. Without love, obedience is just legalism, which I spoke in far more detail in my third video on boundary setting. Without delight, testimonies before kings is just insincere and fake. 1 Corinthians 13 puts it this way: If I speak in the tongues of men and in angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so that I can remove mountains, but have not love, I'm nothing. If I give all that I have, and if I give up my body to be burned, but have not loved, I gained nothing. So love really is at the center of everything. On a side note, that phrase, giving up one's body to be burned, is actually a reference to the burnt offerings from the Old Testament, where an offering was completely consumed. It was totally dedicated. An equivalent for us today might be Romans 12, where we talk about offering ourselves as living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is our true and proper act of worship. But what's being said here by Paul is that even if he completely devoted himself and gave up everything that he had, it's as if it was for nothing if he didn't have love. So love is at the very core of everything that we do as Christians. Not mere feelings of love, but rather that steady love for the ultimate good of the thing in which we loved. So this is how we can even go about keeping commandments, which are based on love, so that they're not burdens. 1 John 5:3 puts it this way: For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. They won't be a burden if you follow them in love, because that's what they're based on. They're meant to help us to live the lives that we were supposed to because of love. For your reflection questions for today: Does my efforts to keep God's laws come from a place of love or from a place of grit? And do I see God's commandments as burdens or something that I can delight in? Well, that's it for today. I will close with David's expression for his delight in God's commandments. The commandments of the Lord are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commandments of the Lord are clear, giving insight for living. Reverence for the Lord is pure, lasting forever. The laws of the Lord are true. Each one is fair. They are more desirable than gold, even the finest gold. They are sweeter than honey, even honey dripping from the honeycomb. Have a great day, Kings.